Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of FSI's PGA Picks. We have the 2021 Masters ahead of us. I'm flying solo today. My partner in crime, John Cool19, is on vacation. Some unfortunate timing for him as he had missed out on the opportunity and was really upset about not being able to record this week for the Super Bowl of golf, which is the Masters. I am your host, TK Nation 47. And you can find all of our awesome content here at FSI at our website, fsidfs.com, or on our Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. All right, guys. Quick recap of last week. Valero Spieth pulled it through. Really happy for him. We have been cheering him on all year to get to that victory circle, and he is certainly going to be talked about a lot here for the Masters, as he has some of the best Masters course history, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But since we didn't have a preview this week, we can talk a little bit about how we are shaping up to play Augusta National this week. It is a par 72, 7,475 yard. I think par 5 scoring goes unsaid for a course like this. If you don't score on the par 5s, you don't win this tournament. Greens gained is also another key statistic that we're looking at. Par 4s from 400 to 450. I think there was 5 on the golf course. We're doing some strokes gain off the tee. You got to have some distance. You got to make sure you're scoring good birdies with your off the tee game. Now it's not necessarily something that you have to have, because someone like Spieth has won this tournament before, and he's not really the best off the tee, but he's also playing really well off the tee. Approach, of course, tee to green, you got to be complete player. I'm going with 3-putt avoidance. I've read a lot about how this course has been really dry. We're coming in off of what was a pretty mild winter in the South, and not much rain has happened, and this course is already baked, and we're going to see a lot of high scores just on missed putts alone. These greens are some of the toughest greens on the course, so I'm really looking for guys that have been putting pretty well, at least avoiding 3 putts. And you could either battle back and forth between opportunities gained or bogey avoidance. I think either one will work. I'm leaning bogey avoidance because of how tough I'm seeing some of the interviews on Monday's practice. So that'll do it for some key statistics. Let's get into some picks. DJ at 11.5. He's not coming in with the best form. A 54th at a WGC, a 48th at the Players. He is the defending champ, but he is also second in the field tee to green. He's first in opportunities gained, and his course form is unbelievable. First, second, 10th, 4th, and 6th. This is Dustin Johnson we're talking about. I think these guys hit different gears when they get to different courses. I certainly don't mind him. The 11.5 price tag, though, is pretty high, and I'm really struggling to fit builds with Dustin Johnson. So I'm going to have some lineups with DJ, but not that many. I think he's going to be low owned because of it. John Rahm at 11K. He's got the baby swag going. He did have, his wife did have the baby, and they're not worried about any kind of withdrawing at this point. So that's good to know on John Rahm heading in. He's first tee to green and first greens gained. So he's ball striking is unbelievable. He's got a 7th, 9th, and 4th in his last 3 Masters. He's second in par 5s. He fits this course perfectly. I mean, John Rahm will win a Masters in his lifetime. Is it this week? I'm not sure. He doesn't necessarily have terrible form either. He logs top 10s like nobody else. So I do love John Rahm. I'm going to have John Rahm in my lineups. Bryson here at 10.8. This course history is not the best for his price tag. 34th, 29th, 38th, 21st in his last 4 Masters. This is his 5th Masters, though, and I like guys that have getting into the experience. He won Arnold Palmer. He was 3rd at the Players. He's first off the tee. He scores really well on par 5s. This is just his kind of jam. And I'm looking forward to Bryson playing well. I really hope that's the case. He does have some nightmares from last November. He had that 10, I think, on one of the holes. I don't know. I think Bryson's going to be a good play. I think the chalky play, though, will be Justin Thomas. First on the approach, first off the opportunities gained, third tee to green. He won the Players. But if you look at his Masters course history, it's not overly impressive. He does have a fourth last year, 12th, 17th, 22nd. He does set up really well for this golf course. The only question marks are how well is he going to putt? He has been putting extremely better. He did not have a 3-putt at the Players, I think, until Sunday. So that really impressed me. I think he's going to be a pretty chalky play. I think he's a good cash play. Rory Mcilroy is probably going to be the lowest owned, even at his 10-2 price tag. He miscut the Players. He's looked really bad. But in between a couple of bad miscuts, he was 10th at API and 6th at WGC. I mean, his course form is unbelievable too. 5th, 21st, 5th, 7th, and 10th. I like Rory. I don't see why you could hate on him too much. I don't necessarily think he's going to win. So for that reason, I may be out. I may be some lineups, but it's hard up here at this 10K range. You can only pick one guy. You could pick a few guys, but I might be leaning towards like Rahm and JT are my favorites. I have them circled. I'll sprinkle in some Bryson and DJ because I'm doing 150 lineups this week. Xander at 10K. I think he's going to be the lowest owned, believe it or not. And he miscut at the Players. He's got a 17th and a 2nd in his last 2 Masters. So I don't mind Xander. He scores well on par 5s. He's 12th tee to green. He just doesn't really stack up the same against the top 5 that we just listed. And it's really cool to see, though. These are, I think, the 5 best players in the world, talent-wise, here in 10-2 and higher. But, yeah, Xander 10K, I think he's going to be low owned because of how jammed this 9K range is. 9K, you do have Cantlay. He's really scores well on these par 4s. He's really far off the tee. He did miss the cut in 2018. He did not play last November. He miscut the Players. I think Cantlay is okay. It's not my favorite play. Colin Morikawa at 96. I'm intrigued to see how Morikawa plays a course like this. It did not work well for him last November. He was 44th, but he did win the WGC. He's one of the best ball strikers on tour. 2nd on the approach, 4th tee to green, 4th in opportunities gained. I like Colin. I'm going to be picking some Morikawa this week. The man of the hour, Jordan Spieth at 9,400. He won Valero, 7th on the approach, 19th in par 5s, 29th opportunities gained. 2-time winner for top 5s, Jordan Spieth. Chalk play of the week. You lock it in cash. I certainly think he's going to be there at the end. I'm not overthinking it. I know a lot of people are just so hateful towards him because of, he's the golden boy. They love to hate him. And for that reason, they love to not play him. And for that reason, they lose money. And I'm not going to be that guy. I've been on the board this whole year. I do want to play a lot of Patrick Reed as well, 9,300. This is a guy that just does it in various ways. He was the 2018 winner. And, he does struggle a little bit with, he's 12th with his 3-putt avoidance, 17th par 5s, 22nd at the Players, and then won the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. He was 10th last year. Just kind of sneaks up on you in this field. Last time he won, Spieth was in contention. I could see something reversed where if Spieth's winning, I could see Reed in contention. Brooks at 9,200 coming off an injury. I'm not sure where I stand here with Brooks. I think I'm going to let the couple weeks play out, see how interviews, what weeks play out, a couple of days play out, and see how the interviews are going with him. He's 8th in par 4. So, his ball striking numbers were better than anticipated. 15th on the approach. He won the Waste Management Open. He was 2nd at the WGC. His Masters form is really good. 7th, 2nd, 11th, 21st, and 33rd. His price tag is cheap enough, too. I certainly am not scared to be playing some Brooks. It's hard to determine who to play. All these guys are so good. This is such a smaller field, so you really you really can get thrown off by course form. You really got to pick guys that you think top 10. That's the main part about picking in this higher tiers is, okay, who's top 10? Because top 10 is what you need to get high in GPPs. You need the winner. You need top 10s. And that's the only way around it. Even sometimes you need that for cash if you have a few missed cuts. Tony Finau at 9,100. His form's been dipping. Miscut last week, miscut before that at the Players as well. He went on that long run of a couple of second place finishes, so his tee to green numbers and everything look great. He does have a lot of good form at the Masters, though. He was 38th, 5th, and 10th in his three starts. But yeah, like I said, the 2 miscuts in a row, 4th, 2nd, and 4th before that, though. So I mean, it's which Tony shows up. He did not look good last week at Valero. So I might be on the Finau fade train. I haven't seen much talk on him either, though. So we could very well see a lower owned Tony than we normally do. But I personally like Webb more at 9K. 7th in par 4s, 22nd tee to green, 28th on the approach, 10th, 5th, and 20th in his last 3 Masters. I thought that was really cool to see. I think Webb's a little sneaky, honestly. I don't mind that as a bet either. I certainly think Webb sets up really well for this kind of course. North Carolina guy. He's a Southern guy too. He loves these courses in the South. 8K range, I think Victor Hovland's a really strong play. Guy hits greens. When he doesn't, though, it can get really ugly. So for that, I think it's a GPP play only. 16 tee to green. He's 5th in opportunities gained. He missed the cut at the Players, but a lot of people miss the cut at the Players. We shouldn't overvalue that. He does have a 49th, 2nd, 5th, and 2nd recent form. He does have, and then he has a 32nd finish at the Masters. I really like Victor Hovland for GPPs. Hatton and Westwood are going to be fades for me. I think they're too high priced. Hatton is historically bad, and he's been playing worse when he's hit the States than how he was playing in Europe. And Lee Westwood is, I think, too expensive. He certainly plays well here. It's a risky fade, but I'm just going with my gut here, and I don't think Westy is going to be someone that prevails this week inside the top 10. Sungjae Im, I think everybody's going to flock to Im because of his second place last year. He does start up really well, 10th in 3 putts. He was 14th in par 5 scoring. He's got a lot of good current form. 8th, 17th, 21st, 28th, and 17th. So at 8-6, I think, Im's going to be a little chalky because of that second place finish. It's stuck in people's heads. I don't think it happens again, though. I don't know if he's going to go back-to-back top 5s at the Masters. He's certainly going to be set up well here to play, but I think Sungjae is headed for a top 30. So I think he's good for a made cut, but I wouldn't consider him a strong GPP play for top 10 upside. I do like Daniel Berger a little bit more. 16th on the approach, 12th off the tee, 8th in par 4s. He won the AT&T at Pebble Beach, and he was 9th at the Players. He's got some really decent form. 32nd, 27th, and 10th. I like Berger at 85. Hideki is a strong play. He played really well last week, tee to green. 14th on the approach, 13th in par 5s. He does have really good Masters form, 13th, 32nd, 19th, 11th, 7th, 5th. We're getting down to the cheaper price tags to where some of those outcomes are going to be pretty good. I think he's good for a top 20 this week. Everybody's going to love Cam Smith too. They have that stuck in their head that Cam Smith and Im are going to be really good this week because of how well they played in November. And this course is not going to play like anything it did in November. It's going to be tougher. You're going to have to be able to make more putts. You're going to have to be able to keep your ball in the fairway, keep your ball on the green. And if these guys are struggling and at the slightest, they're not going to have the same result. And if their ownership's going to be through the roof, I'd rather play someone like Berger and Hideki. So I don't mind him. He is first in 30 putts, though, which was really nice to see. So I am going to be playing some Cam Smith. I'm hoping the ownership is lower than anticipated. And last but not least in this 8K range, Matthew Fitzpatrick. Certainly a guy who's playing well, plays well at Masters, really good with his long irons. And we've been riding him for a while through Florida, so I'm not going to slow down now. Just going to go with some rapid fire. I hope the breakdown in the 8K, 9K, 10K range was really helpful. A little bit of everything on those guys. But for the 7K and 6K range, I'm just going to give you guys some. My chalky plays, I think, are going to be Garcia, Casey, Neiman, and Will Zalatoris. I think those are some strong plays. I'm going to have some ownership on them. But I think for GBPs, I'm going to really like Answer, Homa, and Victor Perez. Victor Perez had that 9th at the Masters. Really played well at the match play as well. Max Homa sets up pretty well for this golf course. And sneaky play in the 7K range is Brian Harman. Lefties do really well here. 6K, I think Corey Connors and Ryan Palmer are the chalk plays of the week. And Jason Kokrak is also sets up pretty well. My GBP plays, though, are going to be Siwoo Kim and Bobby Mack. I really like Bobby Mack, the lefty course. We have Bubba that won this course before, and I like how Bobby Mack played at the match play. And Siwoo Kim, low-key 17th in November. I know I had talked about how the November results are going to kind of be a wash here, but I think Siwoo is going to surprise some people. So I'm really looking forward to his play and his price tag. So that'll do it, guys. As I mentioned at the top, if you want to find our PGA content, which are cores, our model rankings, you can find that on our website at fsidfs.com or on our Discord, and you can find that link in the bio. And that Twitter handle's at FSI_DFS. You can follow me at TKNation47. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm looking forward to this week. Stay tuned for some showdown videos throughout the week. Those have been real fun. So please comment below, like, and subscribe to our channel. And enjoy the Masters, everyone.